One of the traditional jumping-off points in the development of strategies is a SWOT analysis. SWOT is an acronym that stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. The analysis is merely a guide for organizing your thinking about your company and the environment in which it operates. Strengths and weaknesses are part of the internal analysis of your organization. Opportunities and threats are part of the external analysis of the environment in which your company operates. In short, everything outside your organization that may affect it. To conduct a SWOT analysis for your company, answer the following questions and see where your company stands. Then take a look at the sections that follow the form to get some ideas for how to look at your business and to see how the four components of a SWOT analysis interrelate. 1. What are my company's strengths? 2. What are my company's weaknesses? 3. What opportunities do I see for the future? 4. What are the threats that could prevent us from achieving our goals, and how will we deal with those threats? Your company's strengths are its skills, capabilities, and core competencies that work together to enable you to achieve your goals and objectives. Examples of strengths are an extraordinary team that works well together, a patented technology that you develop, or control of key distribution components. One or more of your strengths may become your competitive advantage in the marketplace. For example, suppose that your company is really good at coming up with innovative designs for new products. It's probably in your best interest to focus your efforts and resources on that strength to differentiate your company in the marketplace. Scattering scarce resources across too many diverse capabilities only weakens your competitive stance. You can outsource your weaknesses to other companies and focus on what you do best. For example, many companies today outsource expensive manufacturing, distribution, and even payroll functions. Plenty of companies are leasing their employees back from PEOs, professional employer organizations, which take the tedious and time-consuming task of human resource management from the companies so they can focus on their core competencies. Your company's weaknesses, and every company has them, also play a role in your ability to achieve your goals. Weaknesses are those skills, capabilities, and competencies that your company lacks and that prevent you from achieving your goals and objectives. If your company doesn't have a critical skill or capability that it needs to achieve a particular goal, you have three choices. Modify the goal to something achievable with the skill set you have. Raise the capital needed to acquire the skill or capability you need. Find another company that has the core competency you need, and outsource that need or collaborate through a strategic partnership. Suppose, for example, that you have a fast food company that's known for its food and the ability to get it to the customer very quickly. Your weakness, however, is administering the business side of the business, accounting, payroll, and so forth. You should consider outsourcing those weaknesses to a company that specializes in providing these services to businesses. Opportunities are those things that help your business grow to new levels. Threats are barriers to that growth. Competitive strategy, techniques for analyzing industries and competitors, competitive advantage, creating and sustaining superior performance. These factors are worded as threats, but their corollary is really an opportunity. When you see a way around a barrier or threat, you're seeing an opportunity to move forward in the market. Barriers to entering an industry include economies of scale, brand loyalty, capital requirements, switching costs, the costs buyers incur in time and money to retrain staff and learn a new product or relationship, access to distribution channels, proprietary factors. For example, technology owned by someone else, and government regulations. If these barriers are very high, your company will need to be well funded. It takes a long time to tear down barriers and find strategic partners to overcome them. Threat from substitute products. Substitute products may come from other industries, but they accomplish the same basic function as your product in a different way or at a different price. You need to know the likelihood that customers will use these substitutes and what it will cost them to switch to your product. If switching to your product is difficult or costly to the customer, you'll need to ensure that your marketing strategy educates the customer on the value of switching to your product. Threat from buyers' bargaining power. Volume buyers in an industry can force down prices. In a world where a simple internet search can provide buyers with an enormous amount of price information, buyers have a lot of bargaining power. Your ability to create complex products and services that can't easily be compared on price and that convey a strong benefit to the buyer will help you avoid competing solely on price. Threats from suppliers' bargaining power. Suppliers can exert pressure by threatening to raise prices or change quality or volume of supply. Here's where strategic improvising can really help. You should always have more than one supply source for anything you have to purchase to make your product. That way, if your main supplier hikes prices or runs low on materials, you can quickly switch to a backup supplier. Threat from the rivalry among existing industry firms. A highly competitive industry drives down profits and prices. Airline price wars are a good example of this situation. Competing on price is a no-win proposition. You need to compete on value, so making sure that buyers understand the benefit they receive from dealing with your company will be critical to your success. Again, a marketing strategy that's focused on a value message is important. By looking at your industry from the five forces perspective, you can get a better sense of the opportunities and threats facing your business. Even when the environmental forces seem negative and threats appear to be more prevalent than opportunities, your business can still do well. After you complete the SWOT analysis for your company and the environment in which it operates, you can ask four very important questions. Do you have the resources and capabilities necessary to take advantage of opportunities in your environment and to neutralize the threats? The answer you give today may not be the correct answer 6 months from now. The environment and its opportunities and threats are in a constant state of change, and that's why strategic improvising is a valuable skill to acquire. How many competing firms already own the same valuable resources and competencies that your company has? If several companies have the same resources and competencies you do, they probably won't be a source of competitive advantage for you, but they will be a barrier to entry for a new company trying to compete with you. Your mission is to find a competitive advantage that's unique to you. If your company doesn't have a particular resource or capability, do you face a cost disadvantage in obtaining it? If acquiring the resources and competencies you need will cost you a lot, catching up to your competitor's advantage in that area may be more difficult and take longer. However, if you can find a good substitute, you may be able to achieve competitive parity. Is your company organized to take full advantage of its resources and capabilities? To take full advantage of what you have, you need to create a good support structure that consists of control systems, a formal reporting structure, compensation policies, and technology. This way, when you start to grow, your strategies won't fall apart. The bottom line: if you ensure that your company has strong resources and competencies, you can compete in nearly any environment, even if you appear to be facing few opportunities and many threats.